And AI is reshaping the commercial landscape for telecom companies. It offers innovative solutions that empower telcos to operate with heightened efficiency and precision. On this session, we'll speak with leaders on how AI enables intelligent network optimization and predictive maintenance, leading to improved service quality and reduced downtime. Joining us are Romit Ghosh. He's Senior Director of Product Management at ServiceNow. And next to him, we have Ashish Madden. He's Vice President Automation, COE, at Rakuten Symphony. And gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Ashish, I want to go with you first, if you don't mind.
Sure.
AI clearly goes beyond automation or really automating tasks, that to cut through this complexity of customer support. Can you unpack that for the audience as to what that really means?
Sure. So for me, Gen AI is agnostic to the industry type. Basically, it has given a platform to the organizations to bring their own data and train the LLM as per the use cases and the solution offering. And nowadays, organizations and the departments within the organizations are becoming the data units. And they have started focusing on the data governance and the data management strategy, which was not a very very common and was not followed. It was not in the practice earlier. So in terms of customer support, I believe Gen AI has been a game changer because it doesn't just spit out the pre-scripted responses, but it actually deep dive into the network data that we have collected, the data related to the network performance, coverage, usage, related to the subscribers, the location of the subscriber, the services they have availed. So basically, using the Gen AI, we can leverage the correlations between these large data sets and then provide the accurate and more faster responses to the customer inquiries. And like you said, like how it goes beyond the automation. So I'll take an example of IVR solution. These are the automated solutions. But if we go with the market trends and the research is, people still want to talk with the customer support agents. So what's the reason behind it? The reason is they like personal experience and they like tailored solutions to their problems. So with the help of Gen AI voice agents that we have also developed and using in the Rakuten ecosystem, we are actually understanding the customer needs and we are actually trying to understand what kind of problem the customer is facing. And based upon those analysis, and we are actually removing the dependencies from the human interventions, and then we are providing the same personalized and tailored based solution to the customer. And in this way, I believe with the help of Gen AI, it has set a huge difference how we interact with the customer and then how we provide solutions to their problem. And in this way, I believe the Gen AI with this intelligence it is bringing and the adaptability, it has set itself and positioned itself beyond automation.
Romit, anything to add as far as AI going beyond this automating tasks that we all know about?
Yeah, so the world of automation really is not limited to AI, right? I mean, we've got so many automation platforms out there which have been in use. But what AI has really done, it has supercharged every single automation use case. Whether it's around call deflection, issue deflection, the classic experience around empowering your virtual agent to be more intelligent.
Sure.
But then also areas like more nuanced searches, right? So search now with generative AI is able to generate and synthesize blurbs of information, which might mean that you may never click on a article ever again. On the side of summarization, long-tailed cases and long-tailed support tickets that used to run through many, many days through support organizations, you can hand them over in record time now and completely bring down your mean time to resolution. So the use cases that we're seeing with generative AI are really the ones that are supercharging an already highly automated environment. So one would imagine that a lot of the telcos out there, for example, are running an optimized environment when it comes to their contact centers when, let's say, they're handling a trouble ticket that may occur in the network.
Yeah.
You would be surprised that even on top of an already optimized, automated platform, GenAI is able to create tremendous gains of the orders of magnitude that we had not witnessed so far.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good segue into the next question, and then I'll stick with you, Romit, if you don't mind. AI playing a role in personalized approaches, churn prevention, and really sentiment analysis, which I think is quite interesting. Can you talk about those areas?
Absolutely. So the virtual agents that were always available on the websites and portals of the CSPs out there, they were largely based on NLU. And NLU had its limitations in terms of understanding content, context, as well as intent. Generative AI has completely broken that ceiling. It understands context and intent like never before, and therefore is able to understand tonality and respond with the right tonality as well. It's able to also gauge what kind of a priority should it assign to a support case should one be created. So there is so much more of a nuanced handling of customer issues now with generative AI, that the right action can be taken, the right individual can be assigned should the virtual agent not be able to solve the problem. And even when analyzing a customer's health or understanding how happy they are in terms of their CSATs and NPS scores, generative AI is able to come up with a synthesized summary that looks at every operational aspect, whether it's, have you been able to fulfill their orders fast enough? Have you breached SLAs in terms of being able to handle their support tickets in the past? It's a more holistic view into really developing that summary on whether that customer is happy or not. Are they likely to renew or not? Is there an upsell or cross-sell opportunity with them or not? So we see tremendous potential with GenAI there.
Ashish, I want to ask you about apps like demand forecast, infrastructure monitoring, legacy code analysis, and really how that demonstrates AI's versatility. Can you cover those areas?
Sure. So in Rakuten ecosystem, we have embedded the AI and the Copilot in the product development and testing. And with this, we have achieved actually the more than 60% of the efficiency. And based upon AI, we have also developed policy-driven framework which can actually scale in and scale out the network services and the network function based upon the network demands and the data that we have from the past events. Now, if I talk about the versatility of AI, it's not about focusing only on the few aspects or few use cases. It's about bringing the efficiency and reliability in the entire telecom operations. So in Rakuten, we have built the app catalog and we have built the use case catalog, which actually focuses on the complete life cycle of the network buildup, starting from planning, optimization, security, for the closed loop healing, for the maintenance, for the operations, for the, let's suppose, migrations. So with these catalogs which are already activated and the use cases which are already deployed in production, we are able to minimize the service impact, and we are able to restore the services if something happens in a productive way, right? Also, I believe in infrastructure monitoring, right? Basically, we are actively monitoring all the events from the infrastructure in a real-time manner. So with the help of AI, we can actually detect and analyze the problem, and then proactively, right? We can take some actions which actually from the service level to the resource level can solve the problem. And this is what the AI brings into the power. Like the power of AI is to relate the different level of services and to restore the network functions and to restore the network services so that the end user and the end customer experience doesn't get impacted. I also take an example for the app monitoring and correlation with the infrastructure monitoring. With these two different types of data and the correlation between them, we have actually optimizing the P state and the C states of the computes, right, based upon the traffic demand and needs. And in the low demand, we are actually ensuring that without any service impact and without the end user, like it should not go like wrong without impacting the end user experience. We are optimizing these states to even achieve the energy saving. use cases. So I believe with the help of AI, we are actually building the foolproof network, future-proof network, which actually heal and reconfigure themselves.
Romy, before I go to the final question, do you have anything you want to piggyback on his comments?
Yeah, I think I completely agree with what he said. I think AI presents an opportunity to string together the entire operational value stream, right from plan and build to sales and order fulfillment, right on to service management and assurance, because it's able to look holistically across the entire value chain and look at vectors of data and data points that it can really incorporate to produce the right results. On the plan and build side, for example, the possibilities are enormous, even generating designs of new network segments, being able to propose an entire new product catalog and offering based on the customer's needs, being able to summarize long-running cases and tickets and close them out, being able to respond to customers. I think the value proposition is across the board, and that's where AI really, really shines.
So Ashish, we're going to wrap with this sort of general 30,000-foot question, if you can just give us your 30,000-foot answer, if you will. So AI, of course, enables network optimization, predictive maintenance, leading to this improved service quality and reduced downtime as well. How do you see that unfolding over the next couple of years? And is there anything that may come to the fore in that time that we're not talking about now?
Sure. So in the Rakuten, we have integrated AI with our products like SMO and RIC platform, which actually analyze the data and take intelligent decisions on the fly using our apps. So I will give you an example of few R apps that we have integrated. One of them is related to the energy consumption. It's actually optimize the energy consumption by managing the resources based upon the traffic need, based upon the trend that is ongoing, based upon the UE mobility, based upon the usage of the network. Another R app is about the ORU power management, which actually helps in the disaster recovery and disaster management, because during disaster, maybe the sites are running on battery. So we have to save those power, right? And in these use cases, what we have achieved from R app is we actually reduce and we actually deactivate few of the RF channels, which brings up which gives the more battery life and to the ORUs. And then we have also integrated few R apps related to the small cells, and based upon the traffic needs and in the traffic in the time when there is no traffic or low traffic, and the small cells areas covered by the macro cell coverage, we actually shut it down or we switch off few carriers. Also, like I talked about the disaster recovery, we have done an integration of use case in production, like because Japan is disaster prone area from like earthquakes and these things happens in Japan. So what we have done, we actually monitors the data center connectivity. Like the failures can happen in the transport network, the failures can happen in the infrastructure, right? So we monitor those events, and if such scenario happens, we are ready with the solution where we actually migrate those applications, those workloads running on data center into the remote data center based upon the resource availability, and then actually migrating the traffics. So we are taking a proactive actions in problem solving, and before even the problem gets escalated, right? So I believe using AI, we are building more smarter, more resilient and reliable networks, which is important for the customer satisfaction and the services that we are offering. Being the custodians of the network, we are offering to the customer, so it's our responsibility to provide those services to the end users.
Romit, somewhat of the same question. If we were sitting here, let's say this time next year at FutureNet Asia 2025, for example, AI leading to this improved service quality, what should be the sort of subtopic we should be talking about at that time?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the one question that at that time you should be asking is for tangible numbers. We are already seeing at ServiceNow our customers use our generative AI capabilities through our Now Assist product portfolio. And we are already seeing tremendous gains and numbers trickling in. We're seeing mean times to resolution on an already highly optimized environment crashing by 33%. We're seeing average handling times come down by 55%. these are tremendous numbers. You're getting to do your workforce to do so much more in the same amount of time by completely supercharging their experience and processes. So I think next year, it would be great for you to delve into what those numbers really look like. Because I think we're seeing...
You don't think that's too soon next year?
Absolutely not. We're seeing them in production. Okay. Our customers are using and are live with our Now Assist offering and are already seeing those gains. I was just on a call right before this interview with an account team who was reporting a customer go live on our Now Assist platform. So those numbers are going to get more and more real. You're going to see them more across the board. And another area to really look out for from a tech perspective is multimodal. So the multimodal use cases will really explode by next year. In terms of site management, in terms of field service technicians, really being able to be guided through their resolutions and break-fix capabilities through multimodal channels will really shine by next year.
Well, certainly a lot under the AI umbrella, and we're talking about that like yesterday and all day today, and I'm sure for the foreseeable future, I'm sure both of you will be involved in those conversations, probably long before FutureNet Asia 2025 with me, maybe in another country across the world. But Ashish, nice to meet you, and thank you for all the information. Your very informative answers. We'll have to review that later and watch the tape back. And Ramit, thanks for making it. I know that was a bit of a challenge coming in this morning with all the F1 traffic.
We made it.
We did. We all did. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.